started this podcast to look at the stranger, more frightening side of
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer into Reaction. What I'm looking at today is The Nighttime World, which is an upcoming movie from Lionsgate revolving around a podcaster and their ominous caller. Now, the thing of it is, I'm not a huge anthology guy, which is odd because I grew up on The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits, two, by my reckoning, of the best anthology series ever made. Though it's interesting that The Outer Limits ran for a relatively short time. For some reason, I imagined it running longer. In any case, my issue with anthologies is that by the nature of them, you have an unevenness, typically in quality, but sometimes tone and quality. And it makes them a hard watch for me. Occasionally I'll take a look at one, but let's say there are 4 episodes in this particular anthology that I'm making up right now. If 2 of those episodes are relatively weak, it's going to have an effect on the following episodes. Unless 1 or 2 of the remaining episodes are just that spectacular, on the whole, anthology series tend to be a grab bag. And I oftentimes don't like the chance of coming up snake eyes. That is the most twisted analogy I think I've ever uttered. In any case, let's look at the official trailer for The Nighttime World.
This is Nada, and you're on The Nighttime World. I started this podcast to look at the stranger, more frightening side of life. Vampires. You have a call.
I've listened to you for quite some time. You talk about it, but I live in the nighttime world.
Who is this?
Maybe I'll take the fear away that keeps you up at night.
Thank you for calling.
Don't hang up on me. You never had a vampire call into your show before? Let me tell you about my kind. We are less than you think, but more than you know.
Some of the stories make you question human decency. How do you reconcile all the evil, terrible things that you've done?
If you could live forever, would you?
Is someone there?
He's not human.
Well, that was the official trailer for The Nighttime World. And it looks like something I would watch, to be totally honest. Though, if you recall from that trailer, there's also a black person in prison fatigues. That kind of makes me a little worried. That's almost a trope. Something I see less as of late, but for a while, a black person didn't turn up unless they were in prison, or they're selling drugs, or they're doing some other behavior that is looked down upon. And that is not to say that there aren't black people in prison and black people who sell drugs, but it's just a cheap way to tell a story, and I'm not particularly fond of it. And that's not to say that that's what's happening here, but I'm getting a vibe from some of the scenes, and it's not one I typically like. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer into Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or follow or buy me a coffee. Peace.